And I didn't ask any questions.
Good evening and welcome to a regularly scheduled meeting of the Common Council of City of Hartford. All proper notices were sent. I'd like to call this meeting to order and ask if you please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Roll call. Shannon?
The mayor and all alderpersons are present except Alderperson Reagan, Alderperson Garza, and Alderperson Savage, who are absent and excused.
Okay, we have before us a unanimous consent agenda.
Move for approval?
Move for approval, President Rusniak, second by Alderperson Turchi.
Motion by Alderperson Rusniak, seconded by Alderperson Turchi, approving the following items on the unanimous consent agenda: the Common Council minutes of July 9th, 2024, and authorizing appropriate city officials to transfer hangar land lease for hangar number 31 at the Hartford Municipal Airport from James Germack to Midwest Turbine of Hartford, Wisconsin by assignment of lease.
Okay, any comments, questions, concerns, corrections? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Communication, Shannon.
Just a reminder that our next Finance and Personnel and Common Council meeting is going to be on the 20th because of the election on the 13th.
Okay, like our friends in Chicago, vote early, vote often, so. When does early voting start?
Next Tuesday, in person, absentee voting starts.
Absentee voting starts on Tuesday, so if you want to, what was the word, swamp the vote, this is, you can start next Tuesday, so thank you very much. Okay, let's see. This time we'll do appearances and citizen comments. Anybody wishing to appear, you're welcome to come up to the podium, state your name and address, and you get 3 glorious minutes. Anybody? Anybody? Hearing none, we'll go to the mayor's report. The mayor's report is there's nothing really to report except for the fact that we're really hoping that everybody has a great summer. I know that we've had some activities in the city. We're going for more. So watch the calendar on our phenomenal website to make sure you're up and in the know as to what's going on with the band concerts on Wednesday for the city band and other things that are going on now at Centennial Park. So please keep a watch out. With that aldermanic request, President Rusniak.
I have nothing tonight except to hold up a poster for Alderperson Curley.
Okay.
We finally found something you can do.
All right, that's it. Thank you. Alderperson Webb.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Curley.
I've got a few things this evening. At the last Police and Fire Commission meeting, the board voted to confirm Chief Burgart's promotions of the following people. Harley Truce to position of captain, Aaron Moritz to lieutenant, Taylor Dine to lieutenant after completing Officer 1 school, and Andrew Brooks to lieutenant also after completing Officer 1 school. Chief McFarland, we confirmed Chief McFarland's appointment of Mr. Steve Chernacki to the position of police officer on or after July 11th, subject to successful completion of all pre-hire conditions. Last week was the Republican convention, and the highlight that I saw occurred on Monday evening around 6 p.m. when 5 young guys from the Hartford Police Department Honor Squad presented the national colors on the floor of the Pfizer Forum. So congratulations to Adam Miller, Corey Whipple, Michael Corbath, Adam Albina, and Eric Struns. Well done, guys. Now, Wayne. This is an invitation to all of you to join the Hartford Police Department along with many community groups, businesses, and neighbors for the National Night Out 2024 Night of Fun, Wednesday, August 14th from 5 to 8 p.m. in Burnt Park here in Hartford. Refreshments, activities, meet and greets, demonstration tours, and fun for the whole family will be provided. With grateful thanks to the donors, advertisers, and volunteers. They include Red Apple Cafe, Festival Foods, the Lions Club, Hartford Chamber of Commerce, and the Hartford Citizen Police Academy alumni. Thanks, Wayne. And one last item, there was a letter that came out to the members of the Common Council regarding some sort of quality of life policing policies. Would you make sure that a copy of this goes into all of the Police and Fire Commission members' packets for next month?
Okay.
And that's all I had, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Alderperson Turchy.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Kohler.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Alderperson Fulham.
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Next item is a public hearing. This is a review of a rezoning request for 1310 East Sumner Street, tax key 36-2202-001-022. I'd like to open the hearing and ask for a reading of the notice.
Please take notice that a public hearing will be held at 7 p.m. or thereafter on July 23rd, 2024, in the Common Council Chambers at the lower level of City Hall, 109 North Main Street, by the City of Hartford Common Council to consider the following. Stratton Management, Inc. has requested the rezoning of the following property, 1310 East Sumner Street, Hartford, Wisconsin, 53027. The request is for 1310 East Sumner Street, tax key 36-2202-010-022, to change from B1 Neighborhood Business District to B5 Highway Business District. The purpose of the public hearing is to hear those persons who wish to express their opinions for or against the requested zoning change. A copy of the proposed ordinance can be viewed at the Planning and Zoning Department, 109 North Main Street, Monday through Friday between the hours of 7:30 a.m. and 4:30 p.m., dated the 6th day of July 2024. This was published in the Daily News on July 6th and July 12th, and 47 notices were sent.
Thank you very much. Next, we have explanation of hearing by staff. I am assuming that will be taken by our city planner, Jacob Moss, who I can identify because he has a bow tie on, so I'm not
Thank you.
confused. Thank you.
I'll do that every time. So again, Stratton Management is requesting that the property 1310 East Sumner Street be rezoned to B5, which is Highway Business District. It's currently zoned B1, which is General Business District. The property itself is surrounded by B5 on both sides to the east and west, while in behind is multifamily residential or duplex residential behind it. The property meets all the zoning requirements for the B5 zoning district. The proposed development is going to become a car wash for the potential buyer that's looking to purchase the property from the Rico family. Again, this went before the July 8th Plan Commission for approval. It was given a recommendation to go ahead, a positive recommendation by the Plan Commission to go ahead to the Common Council for your vote. So staff is recommending that this be approved by the Common Council tonight and that this property be rezoned to B5 Highway Business District.
Thank you very much. At this time, we'll have appearances for anybody wishing to speak for the rezoning request. Please come to the microphone, state your name, your business, your address, and then you get 3 glorious minutes. Anybody? Anybody? Third call. Okay, we'll go appearances against. Anybody wishing to appear against the rezoning request for 1310 East Sumner Street? Anybody wishing to appear against? Just please come to the microphone, state your name, your address, your business if necessary, and we should be good to go. Yeah, please pull the microphone up and make sure it's on, please. Sounds like it's on.
Okay.
There you go. Thank you.
My name is Ron Mackey. I own 1309 and live at 1310, which is the Tamarack Avenue, which is the property directly behind the property in question.
Okay.
Guess I'm not really here to speak against it, but I do have a request. We had a lot of problems with the last tenants that were in that building. They were very sloppy with their garbage and everything, and the way the wind whirls around there, it all winds up in my backyard. I mean, literally on a weekly basis, I was filling a kitchen-sized garbage bag of garbage, weekly. cleaning up the stuff that was blowing out of their yard. Spoke with the tenants multiple times, and they just basically didn't care. It was off their property, so it wasn't their responsibility. I would ask that there be a provision that maybe a fence be built or something on the back of the property to keep any garbage on their property instead of mine. Otherwise, I'm all for business development in the city. Being a taxpayer, I know how that helps my taxes. The more businesses, the more money gets spread around. So that's all I got to request on it.
Wonderful, thank you very much. Shanna, did you need the spelling of the name or anything, or you're all?
I've got it with the notice. I have the addresses of where the notices were sent,
Okay,
so.
perfect. Just wanted to make sure. Thank you very much, appreciate it. Okay, at this time, we have discussion by council. Anybody, yes?
Just
Alder-
a question, will there be any future installation of gas pumps at this car wash?
They have not submitted a site plan for that, but I believe it's gonna solely be a car wash, maybe use some vacuums that you usually find at a car wash, but to our knowledge, this is not a gas station. It's solely a car wash.
Would they need to come back here if they want to add gas pumps in the future?
That would be part of the B5. It would go in front of the Plan Commission. It may require a conditional use permit, but for the most part, once this is rezoned, that type of land use would allow for a gas station or, again, a car wash to occur there without too much approval from the Common Council.
Wouldn't they require like a weights and measures license or something too? If they had-
Yes.
I am, yep.
Yes, President Breznik.
Assuming the building will be demolished that's currently there
Correct.
and everything leveled off, we really legally can't force a fence, can we? Force them to put up a fence?
We can do buffer yards because there's a zoning difference between the back lots to the north.
Okay.
Because they're residential, you can do a buffer. Usually that is a fence type of scenario. I haven't been to the back of that property. I don't think it has a gated or a closed off garbage area, kind of like the dumpster bins. I don't think it has one of those. That would also be required by our statutes to now, as opposed to probably when it was built. I mean, it's a pretty old development on that one.
Thank you.
So that would address the concern of our citizens.
That would help as well as a fence.
Sure.
Okay.
Super, thank you. Okay, if no more discussion by council, I'll close the hearing and ask for action on ordinance number 1490, an ordinance to amend chapter 13, official zoning map of the city of Hartford. Anybody looking? Yes.
Motion to approve.
Alderperson Webb, a motion to approve. Second by Alderperson Curley.
We need a motion to suspend the rules first.
Didn't even say first thing, okay. because
Sorry.
Usually
Motion
it
to
does, yeah.
suspend.
With Alderperson Curley. Didn't say first.
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Curley to suspend the rules for immediate consideration of proposed ordinance number 1490.
For suspension, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. For approval, Alderperson Webb, Alderperson Curley.
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Curley for the adoption of proposed ordinance number 1490.
For approval, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Okay, we are with Finance and Personnel. That would be President Rusniak.
Two items tonight. Number one, discussion and consideration of denying the property damage claim submitted by Kara Green. This was discussed at our finance meeting. It was recommended for denial by CIMIC, our insurance company, and finance personnel also recommended denial. Questions, comments? I hope you're all familiar with what happened there.
It was in the executive summary.
Right.
Okay,
If not, back to you, Mayor.
thank you. Okay, would look, if there is no discussion per President Rusniak, then would look for a motion to deny.
Motion to deny.
Motion to deny, Alderperson Webb, second by Alderperson Curley. Boy, you guys are quite the team.
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Curley to deny the property damage claim submitted by Kiara Green.
For denial, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. President Rusniak.
Next item, discussion and consideration to authorize the appropriate city officials to promote Lieutenant Richard Thickens to the position of captain. Chief is with us tonight.
Good evening. The administration of the police department has become increasingly busy, and I find I am not always able to accomplish tasks and address issues as quickly and as efficiently as I would like. As I weighed how to take care of this, I recall that we had a captain's position that is currently vacant. If filled, that individual's sole focus would be administrative duties, and I would work closely with this individual on our command staff, and they would assume more of a day-to-day operation. They wouldn't take over my job, but we'd be working in concert. I would alleviate from some of the sergeants some of the administrative duties they are currently assigned and reassign them to the lieutenants and the captain level positions, so some of that administration would come up. This would allow them to get on the road and actively supervise more often the patrol officers that are doing their day-to-day. I appeared before the Police and Fire Commission on Wednesday, May 3rd, 2024, and they voted unanimously on a motion to approve this promotion, and I also received a unanimous vote prior to this meeting by the Finance and Personnel Committee. The fiscal impact of this particular move, the funding of the promotion would be covered in the current budget due to reallocation of funds realized by cost savings following the consolidation of the Hartford Police Department Emergency Communications Center with the Washington County Dispatch. So the recommendation here is that we are asking appropriate city officials to promote Lieutenant Richard Thickens to the position of captain.
Thank you very much. Oh,
Any questions for Chief McFarland? Any questions, comments? Mayor?
yes, just a quick question. Chief, including yourself, how many uniformed officers do we currently have?
28.
Okay,
We have 28.
thank you very much. Appreciate that. That's all I had. I'm fully in support of this.
Well, then it's back to you, Mayor.
Oh, well, there you go.
Motion to approve?
A motion to approve, Alderperson Webb, second by Alderperson Fulop.
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Fulop, to authorize the appropriate city officials to promote Lieutenant Richard Thickens to the position of captain.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Okay, and then we go on to there are no resolutions. There is another ordinance for a first reading. This is item number 12, first reading and possible action thereon. Ordinance 1491, an ordinance to detach 1645 Ernst Drive, tax key number 36-1501-001-003 from the city of Hartford to the town of Hartford under Wisconsin statute 66.0227 sub 2. There was an executive summary attached, and Ian, you had?
Yes, so this is an unusual request to detach property. There's the background of the property in the executive summary. Essentially, this was recently annexed in 2021 so that the property could be divided and then another home constructed on the newly created lot.
And that would not have been allowed in the town, correct?
Correct,
So it was
correct.
annexed specifically to build a house on the vacant new lot, right?
Correct,
Oh, thank
correct.
you.
The annexation was specifically to allow the subdivision and
Okay.
to create the building of another house. So by the previous owner, who, the person who owned the property at the time, that property was then sold to the current owners who constructed the house. So it's an unusual request. Essentially, the ordinance would require 3/4 of all the members of the governing body to enact it. So it's made even more interesting by the fact that you couldn't actually adopt it today. So under normal circumstances, I would recommend you just take no action because this is especially under these circumstances, is a bad precedent to set. There could be circumstances where detachment would be warranted, but when an annexation happened 3 years ago for the express purpose of constructing a new house, it isn't appropriate under these circumstances. There are other properties in the city without city water, city sewer, all of the stated reasons were things that were known prior to purchasing the property and building the house. Since we do not have a full 3/4, we don't have the 7 people who would vote to approve the ordinance, I would look for either a motion to disapprove the ordinance, essentially a motion to reject the ordinance, and a vote on that. Or if there were desire to hold it over so it could be adopted, we would need a motion to postpone consideration until the next meeting.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Ian? Otherwise, I would look for a motion to, what was your first one? Just
Motion to, motion to not adopt the ordinance.
a motion to not adopt the ordinance.
I'll motion to not adopt.
Okay,
Or
we have a motion.
Motion to reject the ordinance.
Reject.
Okay, motion to reject.
I second that motion.
Second that motion by Alderperson Kohler.
That would be me.
Sorry. Shanna was asking if we needed to suspend the rules, and I said, no, we don't, because we're not adopting, so.
Right.
Okay. Motion by Alderperson Turchi, seconded by Alderperson Kohler. Was it Kohler?
Could you speak up on our behalf? Is that okay?
This is not an open hearing. I apologize, no.
To not adopt proposed ordinance number 1491.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
How many votes do we need to reject it?
So, I mean, functionally speaking, if 3 people vote to reject, it can't pass, right? Because you need 7 of 9 to adopt.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Did you have, no?
Never mind.
Okay. Okay, this is for ordinance 1491, an ordinance, the motion is to reject. Everybody clear on that? With that, all those in favor signify by saying aye for rejection.
Aye.
Opposed, no?
No.
Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 1.
Okay. So the
Okay.
motion is rejected.
Okay, we don't have anything under city administrator's report or second readings, therefore for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn, we'll go Fulop and Webb,
Motion by Alderperson Webb, seconded by Alderperson Fulop.
other way around.
Motion by, I saw Webb's hand first, sorry. Motion by Webb, seconded, motion by Fulop, seconded by
Thank you.
Alderperson Webb to adjourn at 7:24 PM.
For adjournment, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. We stand adjourned.